right, everyone, welcome to Rhythm and Rose. This is the 2 year anniversary, and I have a very special guest. My next guest, she has been on the Hollywood Reporter, USA Today, and has her own world-renowned tribute band called the Lover Taylor Tribute. From the great state of Texas, welcome music artist Charity Eaton. Welcome, Charity, to Rhythm and Rhodes.
Oh, hi. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's such an honor to have you on here. Like, wow. I mean, I was going to ask you like who you look like, but I mean, I think everyone could figure that. But yes, it's just so cool like that you are doing this full time, your passion, your love for it. I mean, wow. But yes, as those that probably don't get the hint of what she is doing, it's the Taylor Swift tribute band. So yeah.
Right.
So welcome, Charity. How's
Well,
your
thank you.
how's your morning been?
It's been great. I am from Texas, but I'm actually here in Nashville,
Oh, you're in
Tennessee.
Nashville. Cool.
Yeah, yeah. Doing some studio session with one of my friends, working on some songs of my own.
Very cool. And we look forward to hearing about that story,
Mhm.
and what's going on for the new tracks. But I do want to get into chapter one of knowing your story. Yeah, because that way everyone can be like, well, how did, the interest of wanting to be a singer, songwriter, you learning the guitar. So if you want to share about chapter one of your beginning of Charity Eden.
Yeah, the beginning. I actually started singing in churches, and just since I was a kid, my dad was a pastor,
Oh, no way. Cool.
and I've actually only been singing in churches up for the first 30 years of my life.
Wow. 30
Um,
years? That's
yeah, and actually,
amazing.
like, literally didn't even listen to anything that wasn't worship music or
Or
Christian
Christian
music,
music. Yeah.
church music. That was my whole life, my whole world.
Wow.
And yeah, started singing in churches, started doing um, playing guitar just to be able to lead worship and sing for churches,
Yeah.
just on my own, and then kind of became more of a band leader in the church and just resourcing volunteers as much as I could, and was the worship pastor at a church in North Texas for about 8 years or so.
Oh, okay.
Um, and that really has been like my entire world and music uh, history almost. But I went to the University of North Texas in
Oh,
Denton, Texas,
cool.
and studied music there. And that's kind of what just started, just kind of opening my world a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, but lots of connections with musicians there.
Oh, I bet.
Um, but yeah, just I kind of just dabbled a little bit in 2020 year age, that era,
Mm.
in playing at some like restaurants and bars and just doing a few like cover songs that I kind of knew. Like
Yeah.
I really mostly knew like worship music, so I would like literally learn songs just for whoever was there. Like I think a normal person would like these songs. I didn't feel like I was a normal person.
Okay.
So I would try to learn like Justin Bieber and Ed Sheeran
Right.
uh, and then just a little of Taylor Swift.
Right.
And just anytime I did Taylor songs, just people were a little bit more into it than the others. Um, but I
And I
really
think your look also helped with that too.
at the time I wouldn't say so. I very much
Oh, really?
had
You didn't have to look the same like
brown
me?
hair,
Oh, wow.
and I did not have the bangs.
Oh, okay.
Um, and there was a time where I had very, very short hair too.
Wow.
And so it wasn't until the uh, if we're ready for chapter two.
Almost. Are you done with chapter one?
Sure. What or
Okay.
do you have questions for chapter one?
I do.
We'll do a
I think
review.
that's really cool that your dad's a pastor and I in the music. I mean, I was brought up in church as well.
Cool.
And of course Christian music, worship music, DC Talk. We had
Mhm, mhm.
Adam Eden, we had Rebecca St. James, all those
Oh, yeah.
artists that you just for me as a musician as well. I'm a drummer, but looking up
Yeah.
to like Newsboys
Mhm.
basically, well, as of right now, you know what's going on, but we're not gonna talk about that. But
Well, we're not talking about
yeah,
that.
we're not gonna talk about
Okay,
that. But
but
back in the
you
old,
you you might be too young to know, but have you heard of the band Petra?
of course, I love Petra.
Yeah. So Petra, one of the very first Christian rock bands. My dad used to write songs for Petra.
Your
Um,
dad used to write songs for Petra.
yeah. My dad wrote the most popular track that most people know is the coloring song. And
Oh, wait, what's your dad's name?
that's David Eden. That's my daddy.
David Eden. Okay, I have to look him up on that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's a drummer also. He used to play drums in a band with Greg X Voles, which is
Oh yeah.
the lead singer of Petra.
So
Um,
cool.
yeah.
Wow, what a small world. And it's
Yeah.
funny that you brought Petra up because last year in August, around this time, I actually interviewed John Slit.
Did you?
Yeah, the lead singer of
Wow.
Petra. Yeah.
Wow,
So
wow,
I
wow.
interviewed him last year. His manager got me an opportunity to interview him. So it's actually part of my uh, list on YouTube. But anyway, wow, that is so cool. Thanks for telling me that. Like I'm a
Yeah, yeah.
huge fan of Petra.
Yeah, and so my dad being a songwriter, uh, it has just been an inspiration to me
Oh yeah.
also.
Can't
Um,
imagine.
yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, I just got to say with chapter one, just that's very cool that you were brought up in the faith. And yeah, I get it that as you're transitioning to chapter two and getting to, play at certain venues and getting to know different sides of other music, which is cool. But there's a lot of great artists from the Christian era, from Newsboys, DC Talk. I mean, just even Third Day, like, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? But each one has a certain influence, even from the secular world too, of like different artists from Bowie, from Brian Ferry, from
Yeah,
Journey and all that. So,
yeah, yeah. And I'd say a lot of my kind of crossover artists that I really admired, like Switchfoot,
oh
like
yeah,
Need to Breathe,
Mhm.
Lauren Daigle.
Oh Lauren
A lot
Daigle,
of
yeah,
these artists were huge inspirations to me. Like the fact that Lauren Daigle couldn't be top of the charts on uh, 106.1 FM, where like this is like pop charts
oh wow,
and Christian radio charts at the same time.
yeah,
Um, so that was a little inspiring to me as I was kind of transitioning to
okay.
chapter two.
Yeah, no, I like Lauren Daigle. I think she's incredible. I was blessed to have seen her in concert. Definitely a great voice. But
Mhm.
yes, wow, what a great way to start chapter one. But yeah, let's go into chapter two. So yes, in chapter two, all right, what's the story from that point of view transitioning into
um,
the
yeah, doing a few Taylor songs here and there, but I really didn't know her music. I didn't really listen to anything. Like
oh, okay.
of course, I'd heard Love Story, and I'd like,
Yeah.
I knew of Blank Space and Shake It Off and like 22. Like I had heard these songs lightly. But it wasn't until her 10th album came out, which is Midnights. And that album came out at a time where I felt like I related to every single
Mm.
song
Wow.
that she wrote. And it's like I understood now what Swifties feel like when it feels like she wrote these songs about my life.
Wow.
Yet, of course, she's writing such personal and almost specific lyrics,
Mm.
but in a way that can be so relatable
Yeah.
that anyone can step into that, put themselves in that story. And so Midnight's was that for me, and that album was almost therapeutic, where like I actually needed this.
Dang.
And it was after she released that album that she announced that she's doing the Eras tour.
Oh, cool.
And I only knew this because one of my best friends, who is a hardcore, insane, crazy Swiftie, um,
Cool.
but she never pressured me.
Mm.
Um, uh, and she said, "Hey, Taylor Swift is doing this thing, going on tour and doing all of her albums. We have to go, and I think you're my only friend that would like pay enough money to be on the floor and make it like the best night of our lives." It's like,
Right.
okay. And so we got to go to Dallas night one of the
Wow.
Eras tour,
Night
March
one?
2023. Um,
Cool.
and got to be on the floor, literally one of the front rows, like 10
Wow.
feet away from her, um, from
Wow.
one section of the stage. And even being there, like I'd kind of tried to listen to a good amount of Taylor's music before then, but like
Yeah.
I didn't know the lyrics to Love Story. Like um I hadn't listened to much of Speak Now. Like I really was it was more, this is my deep dive into Taylor,
Okay.
is was being at the Eras tour. And it really was such. a almost this magical experience because
Oh,
she takes you on this journey. Like the Air Tour is not like any other concert. Like it's
mhm.
not a just her playing all her top hits. Like she's literally taking you through this adventure, and every song and every era is so unique and different and has this whole aesthetic with it and this whole sound and feel with it that it literally feels like immersive.
Mm.
I was just so blown away by that. And I was like, even if people don't know Taylor or didn't know her music, didn't like her, any of that, like this was such an amazing experience. Everyone should experience this.
That's
Everyone should have this opportunity. And as Taylor left Dallas, Dallas was toward the beginning of the Eras tour.
okay.
Prices for shows went insane, where like people couldn't really spend what I spent to be on the floor in Dallas to be on the floor, and anywhere else. Like it was almost 10 times as much. And it's like people like literally won't be able to have this same like up close,
Mm.
intimate, personal experience the way that I did. And so I felt like, okay, what could I do? Maybe just to give a little taste of uh, people still getting to see the Air Store. But I just kind of had that thought, um, almost just like this fleeting thought of like, that'd be cool. That's an idea. But I wasn't actually
Wow.
going to do it. It was more like that sounds crazy, and I don't want to be a tribute artist, and uh, like
What a trip.
that's not who I am.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, wait, what?
and about a month after I went to the Eras tour, I actually saw another Taylor Swift tribute
Oh, you
band,
did? Okay.
and
No.
I was like, wait, I think I'm meant to do this.
Wow.
I felt I like I almost felt like this obligation that like I
Dang, really?
I don't want to, but I think that I have to. I think that I look like her, I sound like her, I can try to move like her, and I think I can create something that's as close as possible um, on my own
That's so
small
cool.
means.
Yeah.
Um, and it almost felt like, dang it, like I think I have to do this. And I'd run the idea by one of my musician friends.
Yeah.
And he actually was like playing a gig with someone that was like, hey, I've got this venue and I'd love to get a Taylor Swift tribute in there. And my friend, when I had only run the idea by him, I didn't say I was doing it, I hadn't
Mm.
done anything for it yet, had said, oh, my friend Charity, she just started a Taylor Swift tribute. You should contact her. And I got a text message saying, hey, we're ready to book your Taylor Swift tribute at this venue here in Dallas. I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing this.
And that was your first
um,
show?
it wasn't my first show, but it was the first thing that made me say, okay, I'll create an Instagram account.
Oh,
I'll get a website. I'll order all the costumes. I'll start making the tracks. I'll put a band together. I'll learn to dance. Um, and that's what literally made me start doing it. So two
was that
months of
2 months?
preparation.
Okay. But was that your first show of the tribute of Taylor?
It actually wasn't
Oh,
like
it
that.
wasn't at
That
all.
one
Oh, okay.
specific thing didn't even work out,
Oh, wow.
um, which is really funny. Uh, yeah, it's really funny that the one thing that like made me do it didn't even happen, and I ended up getting to do kind of cooler and better things than even this
Amazing.
little local show. Um, that even within, you know, all I did at the beginning was l let me just make a really killer like promo video
Mhm.
that tries to showcase as many costumes as I can, tries to show some dance moves, show the
Mhm.
band.
Mhm.
And I recorded my own voice singing Taylor songs. Let me just put that out and see what happens. And so I did that. I launched that September 1st of 2023,
Okay.
and I heard like almost nothing
Oh,
for about a month. And I was like, maybe it was just an idea and I wasn't really supposed to do it. Um,
wow.
but it was just like fun. Like I kind of would do that all again. It was fun to create um, this whole almost brand.
Yeah.
And maybe it'll do something eventually. And then literally October came and Taylor was releasing the film version of the Eras Tour
Mm.
in theaters
I
October
remember that.
13th. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, October 13th is going to be my first show. And turned out that's exactly what happened. And so my very first show, October 13th, 2023, uh, even after I had that booked and I had that on my website,
Hmm.
I had another venue in Fort Worth, just in DFW area,
Hmm.
say, "Hey, we see that you're in town, um, playing in Dallas on October 13th. Fort Worth is just 40 minutes away. We'd love to have you on
Oh,
October
cool.
14th." And it was so cool that, like, from just my promo video, I really tried to make it look like I've been doing this forever.
Wow.
This is an established thing, that this wasn't just thrown together
Yeah.
where people thought like I was already like on tour.
That's amazing.
And from that video, within the next month, also got a lot of shows in Texas, booked and scheduled, but even had my first international opportunities come through,
Is
and
that right? Oh,
got
wow.
to perform in Japan within 6 months of starting this. And
6 months?
um, and it just started blowing my mind, and the type of requests and things that were coming in,
Wow.
um, and the type of engagement we were getting on social media,
Yeah.
uh, and just some videos and things just going just like slightly viral, made me realize, okay, I did the right thing. This is what I want to do. Um, um, so I had quit my job, and
I would hope so.
I was working in wealth management,
Okay.
as an investment advisor, and decided I think I have to give this my everything.
Oh,
Um, so 2024, I've been doing Taylor Swift and just music full time, and trying to take
yeah.
as much opportunity as I could to bring the Eras Tour to people that couldn't experience the Eras Tour.
Dang. What an amazing chapter two.
That's chapter two.
Yeah. Wow. I can't wait for three. Yeah. But, and I want to ask you, what did your dad think about the idea?
I love that question. Um, yeah, at first, I kind of had to brief him on a few things
Hmm.
before the first show that he came to. It's like, okay, Dad, uh, my outfits. I'm dressing the way Taylor dresses. Um,
Right. Yeah.
and there's this one song. It involves a chair. It's kind of a chair dance, which is vigilante shit.
Right. Yeah.
Um, and I just kind of like tried to brief him on a few things.
Wow.
But it took some time for my dad to come around, but he started on his own doing his own Taylor Swift research, and he started
Okay.
watching Taylor's music videos,
Oh, cool.
like documentaries, and like learning so much more about her and her songwriting and her process,
Mm.
and just what a mastermind she is.
Hmm.
Um, and now my dad is the biggest Swiftie that I know. He
Wow.
is so into her, and like it like will send me videos and clips and different things all the time. He thinks
Oh,
just
cool.
she's the most wholesome person, and he thinks, more than me singing like her or looking like her or moving like her. He's like, you have the same uh like joy and energy, and the almost like indescribable qualities of Taylor,
Yeah. Yeah.
that and I love that my dad sees that. Like
Yeah.
I'm not just trying to um put on this entertaining show. Like I actually have the same heart for Swifties that I feel like Taylor has, where she's not just trying to make great music. She's Everything she does is for
Mm.
her fans and for the people,
Nice.
and almost like, I think that you guys would like this, so I'm going to give this to you. And I feel like that's been my heart and my motive from the beginning, because, like I said, like I didn't necessarily want to do this. um, but I felt like it was something that was a need and a desire, and getting to be, you know, at our shows and seeing the
That's amazing.
faces
Yeah.
in front of me of
Wow.
some people almost and some little girls like almost in tears because like
Wow.
they never would have gotten to go to the Eras tour, and now even especially the Eras tour being over, like I'm just trying to complete, or fulfill more of just the legacy of what the Eras tour meant to people,
Right.
and giving people that opportunity, and like when people literally were like wanting this so bad and they couldn't go, like even stories of people getting like scammed on tickets, like I
Wow.
thought I had floor seats in, wherever,
Wow.
um, and not getting to go, and even just getting the reports from people of like this was the best night of my life, getting to see our version of
Mm,
the Eras tour.
that's
um,
amazing.
yeah, it makes it all feel very rewarding and
Yeah.
fulfilling, where this isn't about me, this
Right.
is about other people that didn't get the opportunity.
Wow. Charity, I got to say, you are a light of inspiration, like for what you are doing
Mhm.
for others. And I know that God put that desire in your heart, even if an idea that you were just like, well, I don't think this is really for me. Like, it's very interesting, right? How God opened those doors, but sometimes we don't, we think we know what we want, but God knows what we need, but not just for us, but for others. And then just how you're being a blessing to others and what you're doing, even being a trailer, just going through different even after Taylor Swift's journey of her Eras tour, you're still going out there helping others to see what they wish they would have been, going to her shows.
Yeah,
And that's awesome that you're doing that. That's a blessing. Wow.
thanks.
So, all right, good man. And that's awesome for your dad too. Go dad. Look at that. He's probably
Yeah,
wearing the shirts too.
he's definitely a big Swiftie, but he's definitely my biggest fan.
That's cool.
um, any shows that he's able to go to, he's
Yeah.
always passing out like charity and guitar picks, and telling people, hey, that's my daughter, and just like showing how proud
That's
he
so
is.
cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's really sweet.
Well, I do want to get into chapter three. Thank you so much for an incredible chapter two and one.
Thank
But
you. Do you
three,
normally do this, like go by chapters,
I
or is
don't.
this
I just
something
thought
fun that we're creating together?
I know this is actually the first I do chapters. I
Cool.
always
I
just
like
say,
it.
yeah, I should do that more often. Like, all right, let's start with chapter. I mean, it is a chapter, right? We have our own. That's why I call rhythm and roads because we all have our own journey, the road that God puts us on, and the stories. It's not always great stories. It's a lot of heartache, tragic, but God uses the ashes to bring us out to show us our purpose.
Exactly.
And I do want to get into chapter three now with your own music. I looked at your Apple Music and I know that you have a single by Be Yourself. Was that your first single?
Yeah, that was my very first single.
Oh, I
Yes,
got it right.
I actually released "Be Yourself" at the exact same time as starting the Taylor Swift tribute.
Okay.
And I feel like that really was a symbolic thing for me, because obviously I'm stepping into a career of pretending to be someone else. But I really wanted to start with this foundation of I know who I am.
Mm,
I'm confident in who I am,
mm,
and having that foundation of I'm I I am sure of me, and I am proud of me, and starting with that, so that as I'm now pretending to be someone else, and knowing that like people are coming to these shows that and it has nothing to do with me. It's
mm,
because they love Taylor.
mm,
And I think that was it was really symbolic for me, because I knew that I'd probably get to this place of almost this like identity crisis, or I
mm,
assumed I'd get to this place of this identity crisis of like they're not here for me. I'm
mm.
just an actress. I'm just playing the part for them.
I see.
Um, but it's like I had to be like have that foundation sure for myself first
Mm,
before stepping into it. Um, and I think that was it was almost helpful for me in getting to portray this almost alter ego that I didn't really know was really in me.
Mm.
Um, like I'd never been a dancer. I have never
Really?
danced in public before recording a promo video
Oh,
for
okay.
this tribute show. Um, like even my band members were like, we didn't know that you could move like that. It was just like Taylor. Um,
That's funny.
but it's almost like having Taylor as almost a template
Mm.
to just copy and like, yeah, I watch a video and be like, yeah, I could do that
Mm.
and do it. Like I didn't really like do that much studying. A lot of things that she did, like it almost came like really, really natural to me.
Wow.
And like having her as the template or the standard to copy, it like actually helped me see the things in myself
Okay.
or like bring out this side of me that I didn't know was there. And I think I only learned more about myself by pretending to be someone else.
I see.
Um, and it's like consuming all the different things and trying all these different things that I know this is how Taylor is, and then
Mm.
realizing what came so naturally. It's like,
Mm.
oh, this is actually how I am too. Like, and I think learning these similarities, it really like I've as much as I've been learning how to be Taylor, I've been learning how to be myself
Yeah.
all at the same time. And I'll get a lot of like comments on social media of people being like, why are you copying someone else? Just be yourself, which is so funny when people don't know that is actually what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I found that like during shows, like it started turning into this feeling of I don't actually think I'm pretending anymore. I don't think I'm
Wow.
performing anymore. Like I actually feel free to be myself and like this is how I would be performing if I'd ever
Yeah.
like put myself out there. And it took pretending to be Taylor to put myself out there.
Mm.
Um
Interesting.
and so yeah, so through this it's honestly blown my mind that as I've been performing for shows where obviously people are coming because they love Taylor and they love Taylor's music and
Yeah.
they want to experience the Eras tour, people then are actually interested in me and my
Yeah.
story
Yeah. Your
and
story.
and my songs and my voice and actually uh, they want to know more about Charity Eden, um, which it just blows my mind. Um,
Very cool.
and so in that the whole time I've been doing this, been just working on a few songs of my own and
Yeah.
um, just putting out a new single here and there. So I got five songs out at the moment that I've put out in the last 2 years of me um, performing as Taylor.
Hmm.
And a cool thing that I started incorporating in the last year or so is in the Eras tour, Taylor always does a surprise song set.
Oh,
And
really?
she does songs that she doesn't do every show. And
Oh,
so I've,
wow.
I've been doing that since the beginning.
Yeah.
But in the last year, I started including one of my own songs also.
Oh, good for you. All right.
And it's just been so encouraging
Yeah.
having Swifties saying, "Hey, I came here
Yeah.
as a Swiftie because I love Taylor, and now
Yeah.
I'm leaving here as what my followers are calling themselves as a cherry, and they are into Charity Eden now."
That's so cool.
Um,
Wow.
and so the the family of cherries is growing slowly but surely, and just encouraging me so much to put out more and more of my songs. And so I'm in the middle of working on my very first full length album.
Wow. Congrats.
And thank you.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Um, which is so exciting because, Taylor Swift is putting out her 12th album now.
Oh, she is. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and yeah, it's called The Life of a Showgirl.
When is it coming out? Do you know?
Yeah, it's October 3rd,
Oh, geez, around the
and
corner.
I'm very ready. As soon as she put out the Torture Poets Department,
Hmm.
her 11th album, about halfway through me starting this, and you would think that as I'm trying to copy something that's like I felt like I just got the Eras tour down, like I've got everything in.
Yeah.
Um, I loved my show, and then Taylor released a new album and adds that album to the show, and totally changes the show. I was like, you would think that it would maybe, you know, freak me out a little bit.
Yeah.
Like now I have to change what I'm doing, but it was the most exciting and funnest thing to now. Okay, I'll do that too. And so in about 2 weeks, in about a fortnight, I added the Torture Poets to my show also. And so I'm really excited for a
Wow.
new era because it
Yeah.
means great. I get to spice up my show even more um, to incorporate her new songs.
That's very cool. Yeah, and I want to talk about, excuse me, your new songs, Anxious Attachment, and I Hope You're Happy. I actually listened to really catchy, very good songs.
Awesome. Thank
Are
you.
those, yeah, are those singles part of your new album?
Yeah, those two. Yeah, the most recent of the five that have come
Okay.
out. Hope You're Happy and Anxious Attachment. Those will both be on
Yeah,
my new album. Um,
really good. So,
yeah, I'm gonna have 13 songs.
wow,
And
13.
those are of the 13.
Okay.
And I do feel like this is uh gonna be an album that uh, like I'm not 18. I don't really have time to waste with a starter album.
Mhm.
I I've wanted every song on this album to be um incredible, and
Wow.
I could not be more excited for this. I've partnered up with some really amazing writers and an awesome producer um that I uh, I just I can't believe that I get to do
Yeah,
this.
right.
But one of the first songs on the album, it's called Chameleon.
Okay.
And this was a song that I wrote in the middle of um, pretending to be Taylor
Okay.
and, having meet and greets after a show where like these little kids are literally calling me Taylor. Um, and this song is kind of this feeling of I can be someone else if that's what you want.
Mm.
Um, I, I can be exactly what you need me to be. That it feels like I'm always kind of changing hues for you.
Oh,
Um, and whatever you need, almost that kind of people pleaser
yeah.
mentality. That I can just be this chameleon of what's needed.
Mm.
So it kind of sets the tone for the whole album. That it's going to be um, a little bit unexpected. If you've just heard "Hope You're Happy" and "Anxious Attachment," um, but I'm really excited. Chameleon kind of feels like the opposite of be yourself, the other
Oh,
side of
wow.
that.
Okay.
Of yeah, I'm gonna be myself, but like I can also be whatever you need me to be.
Yeah. What's the name of your new album coming out?
It's called Silent Conversations.
Ooh, good title.
It feels like a lot of the thoughts that I've had in my head over the last
Mm.
2, 3 years that are my own conversations with myself and conversations I feel like I've had with other people, but were
Yeah.
never actually said out loud. And now I'm
That's pretty deep.
documenting them and giving them
Yeah.
to the world to hear.
I just so is this album like your story of your own, like kind of like how Taylor Swift does it with her own story of journeys she's been through. So
Yeah,
this is your own.
yeah. Every song is incredibly personal.
That's so
And
cool.
I had some really good advice as I was starting in my you know writing journey.
Yeah.
Of don't just try to write songs that you think people are gonna like. Like it has to be your own experiences and it has to be honest and it has to be vulnerable.
Wow.
I really, really laid into that.
Yeah, I bet you did. I'm glad you did. Yeah. It's important. Yeah, because I mean that's I believe that's why Taylor Swift is successful is because of her music everyone can relate to of just through everyday life.
Yeah.
And your story with your own music, it's just I'm probably gonna relate to some stuff. I'll be like, oh yeah, so I mean we all go through it, right? We all go through our journey of heartbreak, certain emotional stuff we have to help, ask God to help us with. I mean, it's okay to even find help getting counseling or therapy, because I mean it's a rough world out there. But music has always helped too to get us back into our own soundtrack because we all have a soundtrack, right?
Yeah.
Certain songs that we listen to bring us back to childhood days or memories of our back then. And it's just, we all have our own certain songs that we go back to. We're like, oh, this brings me back to certain memories. Just like for you, you're writing your own music to bring a soundtrack to others to when they listen to you, they're going to be like, oh, wow, thank you, Charity. That album blessed me a lot. So,
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely my hope because
yeah.
a lot of these songs I feel like were experiences that I didn't know how to process on my own.
Wow.
I didn't know how to feel about it, and literally almost using music and writing just as this therapeutic way of
Mm,
being able to process this experience where I was able to do that through this song and almost feeling like that these songs are like literally helping me get through situations. And now I'd say one of my favorites that's going to be on the album, it's called How to Stop.
okay.
Um, and it's pretty much just a tutorial how to song for myself, that I
Really?
always think I'm doing too much, and yet I still feel like I'm not doing enough. And I never learned how to stop.
Wow.
And so the song like is just been its own like uh, self-help song
Yeah.
for me. Um, and so hopefully it relates with other people too. But even if it doesn't, it's like this was for me.
Yeah, that was for you.
And to just to be able to process of like, why am I always going and I don't know how to rest? And like
Wow.
learning that that is one of the most important things that I can do if I really want to
Yeah.
be sustainable in anything in life.
Right.
And learning how to stop.
Well said. Thanks for sharing that, man. I definitely love chapter three. What a great way to end this interview. Like, wow, chapter three, getting to know your journey of your own music. Well, I do want to ask you real quick before we end, is just we want to get to know a little side of you on the personal side, not too personal, but
Okay.
like, who's your favorite artist? I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna ask that. It's a joke. It's a trick question. No, but what other I know there was like really, but what is some other artist that you has been like influenced you as an artist besides
Man. Um,
I know you mentioned back, in the Christian era, that's fine. Lauren
yeah, yeah,
Daigle, if one of
yeah.
them.
Lauren Daigle really was one
Yeah.
because she did a lot of songs that weren't just, worship music. It wasn't just
No,
songs to
right.
sing in the church,
Right.
but it really was like getting at these deeper um, places of struggling with even
Yeah.
your faith. Like, even
Yeah.
if I don't know, even if the Lord doesn't come through for me in this, like, um, and I think just that kind of honesty. But honestly, one artist that I've related to the most that I feel like changed the game for Christian music um, was uh, a almost Christian indie rock artist called Gable Price. Gable Price and Friends is the band name.
I haven't heard of
Um,
them. Oh,
and they've been one that some of these songs like just hit me in a way that like I was like, yeah, why is no one talking about this in
wow.
the church? Like, um, just even some of the just things that people struggle with that
Yeah.
no one really talks about, and we try to kind of sweep a lot of stuff under the rug. And like I'd love singing his songs. I'd actually covered some of his songs for like festivals and different things, place that I'd performed when I was still leading worship.
Oh, cool.
Um, and that band has just meant so much to me.
Wow.
It I actually had seen him posting that he's been doing writing sessions with different people, and I was like, let me give it a shot. And half of my album now has uh, inspiration and co-writing help from Gable Price, one of my favorite
Wow,
artists.
are you
So
serious?
we've gotten to write
Congrats.
together, just doing like Zoom sessions, um,
Oh, so cool.
and to have that same kind of uh,
Wow.
let's say what we're actually thinking and not just try to sugarcoat it
Mm.
to look
Wow.
pretty. And so it's just been really cool that like
That is
someone
awesome.
that's inspired me that actually I've gotten to work with. And so actually here in
Yeah.
Nashville, the reason I was here, I got to see him perform at the Ryman, an amazing venue here in Nashville.
Wow.
Uh, it's been around for a long time.
Mm.
He just got to perform there for the first time last night, so I got to be there.
Oh, so cool.
And yeah, I feel like I'm in this place of being really, really excited for the future
Wow.
and
Yeah.
just wanting to have my hands open to
Yeah.
whatever chapter 4 brings us.
Oh, we have a chapter 4? Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean,
Okay,
not
cool.
not yet, not yet. So chapter 4's next.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
The next time.
Okay. Oh, next time. Okay. I
Yeah.
thought on this one I was like, oh crap. Let me go get coffee. Hold on. That's so cool. Wow. Well, congrats on that. That a band that influenced you so much through that point of your life now is working with you. Like, that's a blessing just to have that. Wow. Well, on to the next question. Thanks for sharing that one. What are your hobbies besides singing, playing guitar, music? Is there anything else you like to do?
Um, lately my hobbies are Ableton and building tracks and um, learning to do a lot of things that I'd never done before and
Oh, that's
building
cool.
a visuals
Yeah.
show and a light show and like
Wow.
putting together gear racks. Um, I feel like it's kind of been my uh,
Yeah.
I've had to figure this out hobby. But before that, I've actually been doing a lot of like DIY work. So I actually like renovated my entire house just by watching some YouTube videos and
Oh, no way. Really?
learning how to, do electrical and plumbing and
Whoa.
sheetrock and installed all my own flooring and just like tearing down walls, like just trying to figure out everything I could do on my own.
That's very
First, of
cool.
course, to save money, but
Yeah,
also
yeah.
just to make things be exactly the vision that I have. And so, um, yeah, lots of DIY. And so
Good
that
for
then
you.
I started helping at my parents' house and doing some DIY stuff for them. Um, and yeah, side hobby that takes way too much time. So not too much of that lately.
Yeah.
But I love it when I can just kind of tackle a project and not necessarily I love doing the project. I love then at the end being like, okay, I did that. I can do that. And
Right. The
it's almost
confidence
this
that comes
feeling.
from it. Yeah.
Yeah. And just it's so invigorating and just like makes me feel like I can
Like,
handle
what else
anything.
can I do?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
could I could travel around the world pretending to be Taylor Swift now. That's the power I feel like.
Wow, good. I'm glad you have that kind of power. That's awesome. All right. Thanks for that's really cool. I mean that's cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, I gotta say that is really cool that you actually learned how to just I guess flip your home, right? Like do certain things, the
Mhm.
electrical, the plumbing, just certain things you need
Mhm.
to do. It's just like, what? That's so cool. Good for you. Okay, last one.
Okay.
What's your one of your favorite films? Or one of or film that you really like a lot?
Yes. I gotta be honest. I am not a movie girl.
Oh, you're not. Okay.
No,
That's fine.
but.
Oh, okay. There's a but.
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
say favorite, or at least up there,
Up there.
is The Princess Bride.
Really?
Um,
Wow.
yeah, you know The Princess Bride?
Yeah, that's an
Everyone
interesting
does, right?
film. Yeah, I would hope so.
Normal people know The Princess Bride, right?
Normal people. That's funny.
Um, and it's really special to me also because um, in high school, my English teacher, um, our final end of the year project was to give some sort of presentation, something creative over some sort of piece of material that we'd covered in the year. And so for my senior project, it was one day that there was like a substitute teacher and she put on the Princess Bride movie for us to watch.
Yeah.
It's like Okay, that was some of our material. So I worked with my dad, and we wrote a song all about the Princess Bride, and it was
What?
just the entire story of the Princess Bride in 5 minutes. And that
Wow.
was my senior project in high school. And so after this album that I'm doing, I'm actually going to do um, a small EP just of songs that I wrote with my dad or that my dad wrote, and
Oh,
just
no
kind of redo.
way.
I'm actually going to
Okay.
redo one of Petra's songs too,
You are.
the one that he
Oh,
wrote.
wow.
Um, and so that's probably something I feel like I'll almost be like more of a legacy, almost a tribute to my dad.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
and so hopefully looking out for that in 2026. And the
Awesome.
Princess Bride song, it's called As You Wish.
As you wish. Okay. And what song do you plan on, I guess, redoing from Petra?
I'm gonna do the coloring song.
Oh, the coloring song. Okay. Very
Mhm.
cool.
Mhm.
I forgot to ask you earlier, when is your new album coming out? Or I know you're in the
I
works of it,
actually
but what do you think your goal?
I actually haven't announced this yet. And
Oh,
so I do know what date, but I'm being kind of strategic and I'm not going full Taylor mastermind doing Easter eggs the way that she does, but
oh,
I
okay.
am kind of trying to do little hints here and there. So
Oh,
if you
okay.
follow me on social media, I am the Charity Eden. I'm dropping little hints of when I'm releasing my album, and then
Okay.
a few specific dates. I'm going to release a few songs leading up to that also from
Okay,
the
cool.
so
Well, I believe I already follow you on both of your accounts, so gotta keep an eye out and look. So I know we always say before we end, I'm like, keep we going to chapter four, might as well, but no, we're not. We'll save it. Uh, I do
next
have a
time.
question. It just actually occurred to me. I was like, okay, so if you're doing the tribute of Taylor Swift, and then when you release your new album, are you doing like your own tour of the album on its own, or are you gonna kind of like involve that with the Taylor Swift tribute? Like, how are you gonna
That's a
do
great question. I do feel like I'm gonna the way that I've incorporated one of my songs into my show. I I do plan to do that, and with one of the newer songs from the album.
that? Oh, okay.
Um, but I do kind of see Lover, the tribute band,
Mhm.
and Charity Eden as my own original stuff, kind of moving in tandem together.
Oh,
And
okay.
so rather than thinking of them as separate entities, but seeing
Mhm.
them more as
Together.
sisters and partners,
Oh, cool.
where maybe in the same cities that I'm performing the Taylor Swift tribute show, also then saying, hey, if you are a Cherry and you want to hear some of my own stuff,
Mm.
let's hang out again tomorrow. And I'm gonna do some of my own. And so kind of getting the opportunity to tour both at the same time.
I
Um,
like that. That's a good
yeah,
idea.
yeah,
Yeah. It's like so after your Taylor Swift tribute, then you'd be like, hey, I'm doing my own show, my own songs tomorrow at another
yeah,
or another day of my show if you want to go. So
exactly. Yeah.
to
So
do
that's
it.
the
All right. Well, thank you, Charity Eden, for coming on Rhythm and Roads. Now, before we close, how can the viewers follow you and just all about you on social media?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So find me Instagram is where I live. The Charity Eden. And then if you want to follow the tribute show, also it's Lover Taylor Tribute.
Okay.
That's Instagram, but then we're also on Facebook. You can find me Charity Eden, Lover Taylor Swift Tribute Band. We're also on TikTok. I'm at Charity Eden. TikTok is at lover.trib. And then I've also been posting YouTube videos a lot, searching the same thing, Charity Eden, Lover Taylor Tribute.
Sweet.
Um, yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And we look forward to your new album coming out. I definitely am. I think it's going to be great. You're definitely blessed to have this journey that you're on that God has opened for you. And I know that there's that saying that I think it's a good reminder. I want to end with this is that I was watching that movie Abraham, very back in the 90s, but it's a great story of when Abraham and his wife Sarah, when the two angels and Jesus show up at his tent and they told Abraham he's going to have a son, right, Isaac, and then Sarah's in the tent and she laughs, and when she comes out, and I just saw the scene last night, and I just said that's incredible, the fact that Jesus asked her, or God asked her, Sarah, is there anything too hard for the Lord that he cannot do? And she's like, no. She's like, well, why did you laugh? She's like, I didn't laugh. No, well, you did. But he didn't say it in a way that's like, oh, you're in trouble, but more like, just believe.
Yeah.
Just have faith. So,
Yeah.
everything's gonna work out. Just, I know it's hard to understand the situation, like really, especially for their age, but there's nothing too hard for what I can do. So I think for you in that moment when you decided, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna try it out. I don't know, the questions that go through our minds, which we all have,
Mhm.
then we kind of stop and say, wait a minute, I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
I have faith that things are gonna work out, even if I can't see it right now. And here you
Yeah.
are. And
Yeah.
here,
'Cause it's definitely probably the biggest risk I've ever taken of doing
oh,
music
I can
full
imagine.
time
Yeah.
and to put out my own songs and just I
Yeah.
like them. Hope other people like them. It's definitely a stepping out and
Yeah.
just trying to have faith and trust the process and trust the season.
Yeah. And you are definitely an example of when it's the time to take that risk, do it. Because if the doors are opening for you and it's presented to you and we are going to be on the edge of the undecisive, I don't know, but you have to take that risk. You have to do it because this could be your opportunity. So good for you in saying yes. So,
Thank you.
all right, guys. Well, thank you for watching on Rhythm and Roads 2 year anniversary. And my name is Joshua Jacob. And it's such a pleasure and honor to have Charity Eden on here to share her incredible journey. So we
Yeah.
will catch you on
Thank you.
chapter 4 when her album
Chapter
comes out.
4, the next anniversary. Happy anniversary. And again, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you guys.